This video is part of the course materials for our Learn to DJ email course and accompanies Module 2 of the course, DJing without a controller. You can sign up for this 50-part course for free right now by going to digitaldjtips.com/join. Okay, DJing without a controller. It's perfectly possible to DJ without a DJ controller and to do it properly, and I'm proof of that. When I started DJing with digital gear, there was no digital gear. My gear was my laptop. None of the MIDI controllers that were around at the time were any good. I tried them. I tried all kinds of things. I tried DJing with a keyboard, a MIDI keyboard with knobs on it and stuff. I tried DJing with a MIDI mixer, but I just couldn't find anything that felt right. And it was always a hassle to set stuff up. And in the end, I just thought, I'm going to do it with just the keyboard. And this was actually the laptop I used. This is my first ever digital DJing laptop. And I remapped this keyboard to do all the things that I personally needed to happen in my DJing. So for instance, DJing has 2 decks, right? So I put a line down the middle of my keyboard and I mapped the left-hand side and the right-hand side to control each deck. I had transport controls. I had bass, mid, treble, volume and gain for each side, mapped here, mirrored, and holding shift and pressing the bass down would give me a kill. It would turn my kill on and off. And I actually mapped a key as well for each side, I think it was these 2 here, that would set everything back to normal. So even though I'd messed around with all the EQs and stuff, as soon as I hit that key, it put it all back to flat. This is all perfectly possible. It's all easy enough to do. My software was Virtual DJ, but it's certainly easy enough to do in Virtual DJ. It's all possible in Tractor as well. And if you're determined to not use digital DJing controllers, you can do it perfectly this way. I mapped the crossfader so that the cursor keys down here control the crossfader. Holding left moved the crossfader smoothly to the left. Holding right moved it smoothly to the right. And I had it so that if I press shift and left, it put it all the way, and the same with right. And so it was possible for me to do really quick cuts on the crossfader with a simple key combination. And as time went on, I started mapping different things to suit my style of DJing, and I'd start to think, I'd like this to happen, or this or that to happen, and I'd be able to go and map it that way. And in the end, I had such a customised keyboard mapping that it was more fun than using vinyl, and I could DJ just as well. People sometimes just don't believe me when I said I could DJ just as well, but because I took the time to let my keyboard mapping evolve, it was no problem for me. This was the sound card I used. It's a little sound card by a company called Echo, and it's called the Indigo DJ card. You can still get these. They actually slot into the side of the laptop. And you just plug a lead out of here to go to the mixer and a lead out of here for your headphones. And that was my DJ setup. It was so simple to DJ anywhere with that. And you know what? I still use this sometimes. If I can't be bothered taking my controller, I still use this exact setup and I can DJ fine with it. So I've got a letter here which came in just this week, a really well-timed letter actually, from a reader called Andres. And Andres says, due to my financial situation, I've yet to buy a DJ controller that fits my needs. So I've been DJing off my laptop. I mapped my software to my laptop keyboard, and to be honest, I'm a little embarrassed because I DJ off my laptop. The only reason I don't stop is that I have a passion for the music, I want to become a DJ, and I make mixes and people actually like them. They tell me to make more, to let me know when I have more, etc. So should I feel ashamed DJing with just my laptop? Look, I'm going to tell you that you should never feel ashamed with DJing with just your laptop. People say that laptop DJs look boring, but that's the DJ's fault, not the equipment's fault. Most dance floors and most people on a dance floor don't care what you're DJing with. They don't care. They're not even looking up. They're not bothered. What they want is the right tunes delivered at the right time by a DJ who's plainly enjoying himself. If you're plainly enjoying yourself, then I would say people do not care. The skill is to do the little things that make laptop DJing fun for both you and for your crowd. Now, you don't want to be hunched over a keyboard, like moving a little mouse pad around to go to a play button and then just kind of like clicking, because it looks like you're checking your emails. So the keyboard shortcuts, as I mentioned all the way through this piece, are the most important thing. Apart from that, there's other tweaks you can do, as in changing the response rate. So when you press a key, it waits a second and then starts to repeat. Well, you can change that in your settings. So it means that your controls will work more smoothly. And another really key thing is to have your laptop so it's high up, so you're not hunched over the laptop. Get a really good laptop stand so that you can have your laptop at a position where you're stood straight, your back's up, you can dance to your own music, you can glance occasionally at the screen and make the odd tweak without your shoulders going down and your body language going away from the dance floor. And so you can continue to keep that contact with them. It helps to have the laptop slightly to one side as well, so that there isn't this big wall, this literal wall between you and your audience. And there is a confidence thing. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't. If you turn up with just a laptop and set it up, you feel like you haven't got the real gear, and so you're not the real deal. Now, I've been DJing 25 years and I still feel like that. So I completely understand Andres and other people feeling that way, feeling like they're a fraud in some way. But the right record, played at the right time for the audience, by a DJ who's enjoying himself, is not something that you need masses of equipment to do. And believe me, people with DJ controllers feel just the same because they haven't got two record decks. And people with CD players feel just the same because they're not using vinyl. Everyone has got insecurities about the way they DJ and the equipment they're using. And they're just kind of magnified when you turn up with just a laptop. 10 minutes into your set, the nerves go, you start to enjoy yourself, and then from there on in, no one cares whether you're using a laptop or an iPhone or decks or CDs, whatever. It's just the right music delivered at the right time. So my message is, it doesn't matter. It's a great way to start DJing. Do not be put off DJing live because you can't afford to buy more than just a laptop, even just a splitter cable. Splitter cables, which give you a headphones output when you haven't got a sound card like that or anything else, are a great way to get going. I would never recommend DJing long term with just one of those. But you know what? If I was offered a gig and all I had was a laptop and a splitter cable, I would take it and I'd play that gig. And I would promise myself to spend the money I earned for that first gig on buying a sound card. And from there on in, you can carry on using a laptop for weeks, months, even years. And I'm proof of that. And that gives you a chance to work out what controller you want as well. Because by the time you've DJed and got that experience of playing in front of a real crowd, and you've started to get your record collection together, you started to get a couple of breaks and get a few bookings, then you know the kind of places you play, the kind of audiences you play to, the kind of controls you're missing on a laptop, because you do miss stuff. And then you can make a choice of a DJ controller or a MIDI controller that suits you. And it's the kind of informed choice that you can make at that stage that you maybe couldn't make at the beginning, when if you'd have bought a controller straight away, you might have ended up buying the wrong one and regretting it. So DJing with just a laptop, to me, it's fine. But maybe you've got a different view on it, and I'd love to hear your views. So please, in the comments below, let us know what you think about DJing with just laptops. Until the next module, take care and keep spinning.